Hello out there in Facebook land and YouTube land. This is Lou Martin, and I have a channel on YouTube called Awakened Spirits Network. And very long story, very short, over the last 3.5 months, my life has been changed because of the lovely ladies I'm here with today, Tessa and Emma Tremain, mother and daughter, and this amazing company called Lifewave. And we're going to tell you a story that's going to get your attention. I have no doubt about it. So I'm excited to be here with Tessa and Emma. How are you doing, ladies?
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Very, very good. Well, Tessa, we let you lead off and then let Emma come in behind you, and maybe you kind of tell us why we're chatting today and what you're about.
Absolutely. Thank you for inviting us, Lou. You guys are all in Ireland or around the world on Facebook, wherever you're watching from. Emma and I are here in a little country town in Mudgee, Australia. So it doesn't matter on what part of the planet geographically you are, we all have skin, we all have health, we all have health needs, and we all have financial needs. And so I, 2 years ago, was introduced to a Lifewave X39 stem cell activation patch, which Lou's about to hold up, yay, which is simply just a tiny little patch that we pop like a Band-Aid that we pop on our skin. There it is, tiny. We wear it for 12 hours on and 12 hours off, and it transforms our life, health, energy. No, it's non-transdermal, no drugs or stimulants, and it uses light therapy and phototherapy to bring healing to our body. So we're pretty excited because after using it for 2 years, it's changed my life, like totally. Everything that was ever wrong with me is no longer wrong with me. Any medications I was on, no longer on. Arthritis has left my fingers at 61 now. My age is actually reversing. Collagen's gone. Collagen's increased, wrinkles are gone, and many, many things.
Yes,
but on
good.
top of that, the financial opportunity of just helping other people heal has been really beautiful.
Yes. Well, you have a very dramatic success story, Tessa. We'll put a pin in that. We'll let Emma jump in, and then we'll come back and you can pick up part two. How's that sound? That's great.
Sounds great. Thanks,
Yeah.
Lou. Thank you for introducing us, and thank you for having us on. We appreciate it. Yeah, just a little bit about me. My Lifewave background is obviously mum started this, mum brought it to Australia. Obviously, I am Tessa's daughter, so what mum has done, I have followed with because I've seen such an incredible opportunity with it. But what brought me into this is, first of all, the incredible product. And I started patching long before I started the business side of things, obviously with mum seeing the benefits through her hands and everything and her back pain disappearing. I was like, okay, this is a great product. I want to get onto this. I want to receive the benefits for like healing in the gym and recovery and performance. Everything has absolutely increased. My energy has increased. Being a 23-year-old, I have energy as it is, but my energy has definitely increased even more, and it's definitely changed my performance in the gym. So like my workout routines have just skyrocketed ever since I've been patching, which is unreal. But not only that, the recovery after, and no pain, no aches, I had a few knee injuries running, all completely gone from this incredible product. But yeah, as mum was saying, on top of that, there is a lucrative business opportunity behind it, and definitely a incredible opportunity to get your hands on because it's just changed our lives.
Right on, right on. Where are you? I've become manager, which is the first rung up the ladder about a month ago, I think. And Tessa, you're so good at congratulating and cheering us on and praising our efforts and all that. So thank you again for all your support. Where are you at right now, Emma? You're a manager, I think, or?
Yeah, I'm a manager as well. So I have quite a big team under me, but it's just helping those guys get to manager before I hit the next rank, and the same as you, Lou. But
Sure.
we're in this race together, and yeah, it's not, as mum always says, it's not a race, it's a marathon. So
Absolutely.
it's definitely worth it in the long run. Yeah.
Yes, not a sprint, it's a marathon. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's it.
Beautiful. Well, all right, that's perfect. Thank you. And so, Tessa, we've set Emma and I have set you up here now. Give us your good news, how your life has changed financially from working with Lifewave?
Wow.
Yeah.
So I've been a single mum.
Yeah.
I've been a single mum for many, many years. I've
Bless
been
you.
totally by myself for the last 14.
Bless you.
And I have 4 adult children and 1 grandson, which is lovely.
Yes.
I haven't had an easy, my 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s were all challenging. I started my life again at 50, pretty much, or late 40s, to the point where I had nothing, like nothing, and I've started again. So I purchased a house. I went through the whole thing, and I mean, everyone knows in our financial world that we're in now, and the mess
Yeah.
and the whole things that are happening worldwide. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter whether you're in Ireland, America, Australia, or Timbuktu, you still have financial stress. And because of Lifewave, sharing something that is working with people, it has absolutely set me free financially, and to the point where I have paid off my mortgage. Unbelievable. And
Fantastic.
has given me the opportunity to travel the world. I went on 6 overseas trips last year, but 3 of those were paid for by the 4 by the company, 2 by myself. I had to think about that because I achieved, and you can all do it too. So Emma came as a +1. I was able, like I won 2 tickets on often, and so I took Emma as my first guest on the cruise, and that really is where her whole focus changed, because they blessed you for the work you do and the people you introduce and the volume you turn over. Because when we put it into perspective, that tiny little patch that you held up, and I'm not sure in euros, but I think it's not a lot different. It's about $3 a euro, $3.50 a euro.
Yeah. Yes,
Euro.
about that.
Yeah, per day,
Yeah.
which is not a lot. And so for us, it's like $550 a day, which is, for us, it's a cup of coffee. And I know, depending whether you're in London or in Cork, it depends on the cup of coffee, but
Right.
exactly. So look, it's not an expensive thing. It's about using a product that is actually changing lives. And when people use it every day and people are moving that volume through businesses, that's how this pays dividends. And it's incredible.
Yes, it is, absolutely. Well, Tessa, you're a very modest lady. Bless you. But I just want people to know, your story, as I recall it, and please correct me if I get anything wrong here. But you were a wedding planner working 60-hour weeks, and you were stressed out as anyone would be, and the single mom and 4 kids. God love you, right, Emma? And so you had your hands full, to put it mildly. And so you were having back problems, and it was you were getting a lot of massages, and then somebody, please, thank you God, told you about the patches. Is that how it happened?
Correct. Absolutely. Thank you, Lou, that you just reminded me. Yes, that was the beginning. Yeah, I did. I had serious sciatica and lower back pain, and so I was fortunately introduced by a friend, Mario, who said, "Tessa, try this." And honestly, I just said, "I'm too busy." That was my first response.
Sure.
I wish I'd said yes earlier, but I didn't. It doesn't matter. I eventually did. In that year of 2022, I had done 77 weddings post-COVID, and each wedding, as you can imagine, is a 12-hour shift, and then you got your staff and you got your planning and all the things. I was the wedding planner, right? So yeah, it was busy, and we were doing 3 weddings a week. So I was done. I was paying $300 a week to have deep tissue massage, chiropractic, whatever, to get rid of the pain. And I figured, well, if this is $150, $180 a month for us, 99 euros for you, then that was cheaper. So why not give it a go?
Sure.
Change my life. And I gave up my job 6 months in.
Yes, one could imagine certainly a wedding planner would have no stress at all. The number that you're describing there is simply breathtaking. So it shows to me what a fighter you really are, my friend. You are a hard worker. There's no doubt about that. And you show that to all of us in Lifewave every day. So let me pass it off to you, Emma. Go ahead and jump in and share anything that you'd like to talk about here in terms of all this and how it's affecting your life.
Yep. Well, it's affecting it in the best way possible. I'll start with that one. But yeah, as Mum said, halfway through her story there, she took me as her +1 on the cruise for the Lifewave 20th anniversary event. And she
Right.
took me as her
Right.
plus one. And I am so grateful that she did that. Not only because I got to go on a cruise over in the Greek islands, but because it absolutely changed my mindset on this business. Because
Yeah.
we were hanging out with like all of the leaders, all of those who had won these tickets and qualified for this cruise. And I just got insight into all the other people building this business and what they're doing. Because prior to that, all I had seen was Mum, who is incredible and absolutely crushing it. But that is all I had seen. Seeing Mum plus all these other people as well just blew my mind. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
I need to take control on this and start driving the
Yes.
vehicle, because it is an unreal vehicle to be driving. Lifewave
Yeah.
is it. And
Yes.
yeah, this
Well,
is it.
Yes. You talk. That's brilliant. Can you talk a little bit about why Lifewave is so different compared to everything else that's out there in terms of the corporate environment, the integrity, the mindset of what's happening?
Yep. I'll touch a little bit on this, and then I'll
Sure.
pass that
Sure.
one on to
Yeah.
Mum.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's absolutely incredible. It's not only a job that allows like time freedom, because what you put in, you get back. So it allows freedom and flexibility. You're not limited to a location. You work wherever you've got computer or phone or internet service, and you're working with such an incredible community of people who are uplifting each other constantly, daily, like holding each other. Like if you're going through the wave, which is Lifewave, if you're going through this wave, you're gonna have your little dips and your divots, but we've got such an incredible strong team that help lift you back up to that other side of the wave, and then you keep riding the wave, and it's just unreal. It's
Absolutely.
it's definitely the culture within the company that is so special to me.
Yes, it's unique, isn't it?
It's very unique. Yeah.
Yes.
But
Yes.
that on top of, sorry to cut
No,
in,
go
but
on,
that
go
on
on.
top of like the business plan behind it, the way that this business plan, the comp plan, the way that this business plan and this business model actually is laid out is just incredible compared to so many other companies in this industry.
Yeah, compared to all of them, I would say.
Yeah, compared
It's
to
the
all of them.
best.
It is
Yeah.
it is the best
Yeah.
one
Yeah.
that I have seen. And I
Yeah.
haven't seen a lot, but it is unreal. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. You ticked all the boxes. I'm very grateful to you for all that.
I'm
Yeah.
so glad.
I mean, this is what this is why this chat here with both of you today is just so dear to my heart and just really answered prayer, because as I say, I've been patching for 3.5 months now. I'm watching my hair get darker every day. My friends think I'm crazy. Like, no, Lou, that can't possibly be so. Like, yes, my friends, it is so. Yes, it was white 3.5 months ago, and it's not white today. So, but the big challenge and the great opportunity is helping people to think outside of the box, to change their minds. It seems too good to be true, and yet it is actually true. And I just want to share really briefly a story here. My friend Annie and I, she's on the patches as well through her daughter Sarah, who I signed up, and we were listening to a testimonial about a mom who patched her autistic son, who was 9 years old. And we were in tears in 5 minutes, because he had never ridden a bike. He had never swung on a swing. He had never been able to communicate with his letterboard to his parents his entire life. And suddenly, after a few days, weeks of patching, boom, he's riding a bike. And the parents are standing there with their jaws on the floor. He's swinging all day long, swinging. He can do this now. So I mean, we're giving people, it's such a blessing to give people hope in this world, as you were touching on, Tessa, because there is so much, my goodness, struggle and anxiety about the future. And I want to touch on here in a minute, because I'm on a spiritual path, and I know that both of you have your values that you're living every day. That's a very deep thing for all of us. This is what I see in Lifewave as well. David Schmidt, God bless him, 130 patents, is getting the formula for the X39 patch, 90% of what Lifewave is selling, through reading the Bible. And I'm like, wow, that's very impressive, I have to say. So, and the last thing I'll say, and then I'll open the floor here to you both, is I was and Tim, my buddy who turned me on to you, Tessa, and turned me on to Lifewave, is a very faithful spiritual brother as well. Him and his wife Ed's, lovely, lovely people, have changed my life by introducing me to this great company and this great group. And he's saying the greatest benefit he's finding is his meditations from being on the patches have risen to a whole new level, and his connection to God, to source, to spirit, whatever name you like, has never been deeper or better. And, it's just like, folks, how good can you allow yourselves to let your life become? That's the challenge of Lifewave, I'd say. So who would like to jump in and carry the ball from there?
Absolutely. I'll just add there to carry on from where Emma was just talking about. I agree with everything you said there, Lou, but back to the corporate thing, this is so different. It doesn't matter who you are, whether you are somebody who's just left school, like 18, looking to go to university and spend 5 years studying and spending a lot of money to be lucky if you get a job, or whether you are a doctor, you've been through your 6 or 20 years of study, and you are not enjoying life because there's a lack of doctors. They all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter what level of ability we have. Anybody can share something that heals people and helps people. So when Emma was on the cruise, some of the people were aged 18, some of them were over 80. So right. Each one of them was doing Lifewave and making an income. So really, the only thing you need to do is have belief in yourself.
Right.
So you can either trust in, if you believe, you can. If you say I can, I can. If you say I can't, I can't. Right. So really, that's what it comes back to. There's no overheads. You've got no staff. You're not holding any stock. There's no costs except for your initial cost of the patches that you stick on your own body for healing.
Right.
My suggestion is that, for anybody who's listening to Lou's podcast here, is that you seriously take a look at what he's talking about, because he's an incredible man building an amazing business. And just because he knows someone in Australia, us and Tim, you might know someone in America or in Czechoslovakia or in South Africa. It doesn't matter where you know people. Anybody can do this business if Lifewave's in that country, and we're in 75 countries.
Brilliant. Beautiful, Tessa. Thank you. Emma, do you want to take it anywhere you like? Want to add anything, my friend?
I'll add something small, because you guys have just definitely covered everything. And absolutely agree with both of you and everything you've said. This is unreal, and there's nothing like it out there. But what kind of company there aren't many. In my eyes, there's none, but there aren't many where you can build so much wealth, but also build so much health.
Yes.
Both, your health is your wealth, and you're financially supporting that as well by building this business. So it's going hand in hand, and it's just next level for anyone.
Yeah. No, that's absolutely true. I'm saying again, Lifewave is unique as far as I'm concerned. And I have to add, when COVID happened, and we all got a big challenge about educating ourselves about our own health and who to trust and who not to trust, what made sense and what made no sense. People like Bobby Kennedy Jr., who I'm a big fan of and was supporting his candidacy, and I'm thrilled to see that he's going to have a big impact on the health of America and the world, please God. And also Del Bigtree from the High Wire. I don't know if you've heard that name, but he's been another great resource for me. So this is where Mickey Willis comes in, who did 2 or 3 films called Plandemic. And, these were the most widely seen documentaries in history. 1 billion people saw those films. So now Mickey comes out on the stage. Here's our segue into Dallas in the 20th anniversary, Mickey comes out and is introduced by David Schmidt. And to me, the greatest documentarian of our life is going to make a documentary about our man, David Schmidt, who's invented the patches and has created Lifewave on the 20th anniversary. You know, as they say in Hollywood, you can't make this stuff up. You know, it's pretty amazing. So.
Absolutely. And I'm actually looking for it. Here it is right here. And you might be able to see this, but even, I don't know if you can see it. No.
It's a little, yeah, there you go.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. Yep. RFK uses X39. Yes, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Yeah.
So even Bobby Kennedy Jr.
Yes.
He's using it.
Yes. A friend of mine in LA who's friends with Bobby, they've gone on hikes and things like this. She was telling me this because I was telling her about Lifewave. That is amazing.
Exactly. Mike Tyson is using it. Like, you know, we're at the end of the day, people are interested in their health. They're not interested in drugs. They don't want to put anything in their body that's going to harm their body, but this is actually turning on our own body to heal itself. And there is the beauty of what's been invented. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I can give my own testimonial at this point because I was in hospital last April for 36 days because of a skin cancer on my chest, which had never caused me any problem. But when certain vaccines and things were shedding and spreading and all that, it suddenly became a big deal. So I had a 7-hour surgery for that, and I've been recovering since then, of course. And it's really this last month that I'm noticing my energy start to come back up again after a year and a half. And it's this little fellow right here, my friends. There's no doubt in my mind. So, you know, how good can you stand it? That's my rhetorical question to all of us. And we're definitely on the road to find out here. It's amazing. Can we talk a little bit about Dallas for either of you? I'd love to hear your stories of the States and meeting David and Tessa, you got acknowledged for your hard work there. You got an award and things.
I did. I got a couple of awards actually. I made a senior presidential director this year, so that was pretty cool. And just for anyone listening, that's like the highest position in the company.
That's all.
I also received something for the most sponsored people that were upgraded. I can't remember whoever I upgraded to, whoever became ranked up. I can't remember. You know, it's been such a whirlwind. But there was an award for something.
I think it was
because it's behind me.
Most personal rank advancements.
Thank you, my dear.
Yeah. So let's just take a second here. So we're talking to, out of the $600 million company, the lady who has moved more people up the ladder than anyone else in the world.
No, that was just in Australia in our team.
In Australia, okay, all right.
In APAC, no, don't dull that down.
In Asia Pacific.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Emma. Okay, all right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so we did also win the biggest growth for Asia Pacific in Vietnam. So that's not me. That is the Aussie team and everybody associated with our team. So you know, it's just we're just pushing it because it's just working and people are loving it.
Yes.
When you're onto something good, why do you stop?
If it works, don't fix it. You know, that's a good one. Yeah. Well, can you talk a little bit about Dallas and the conference? Maybe we'll start with Emma and come back to you, Tess, if that's all right.
Yeah.
What was that
absolutely
like, Emma? Thank you.
It was unbelievable. The event was just so motivating and inspiring, and there was so much energy there because obviously everyone there is working Lifewave and driving this vehicle and striving for the best in this business. So seeing all that, or being in that room with all that positive energy, was just absolutely unreal for the 3 days that we were there. It was incredible to experience such a motivating event. And it was amazing to see Mum walk up on stage and receive the award she did, and then all of the other Aussies that received their awards as well, because there were quite a few that walked up on stage, and it was just a proud moment for us Aussies seeing the Aussies walk up there. But not just the Aussies, everyone works so hard, and it was just awesome to see how hard and what they're recognized for. And so
Yes.
that was the conference, and then after that we did a little bit of travel around America, which was amazing, and worked the business over there, which was pretty cool. Cool to see the difference of people, the different culture in America versus Australia.
Well, tell
In
me
terms
about
of
that. Yes,
yeah.
well, tell me about that for a minute, would you please? What's your perception of that difference?
Uh, in this industry, if I'm being completely honest, in this
Yeah, honey.
industry,
Yeah.
I believe that the American mindset are much more open to this kind of business versus Australia, and I'm not sure about Ireland or anywhere else, but they're much more open to it because it's huge over there. It's very big over there to be doing this kind of entrepreneurial work, and
Right.
yeah, and it was awesome to speak with people with like-minded mindsets.
Yes. Yes. Bless you. Well, I appreciate that. And of course, Steve and Gina Merritt,
Yeah.
have been lighting everyone up with the This Is It team, which
Oh,
Australia
yeah.
is a part of, I believe, as well.
So are
Is that
you.
right?
Yeah,
So
and
am
you
I.
too, Luke.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, I'm
all of
I'm
us.
thrilled. I couldn't be happier, believe me. It's quite surreal for an American living in Ireland for 17 years to be watching what people call network marketing, with great enthusiasm and great interest. I'd never done this before in my life. I mean, I'm you know, uh, channeling and podcasting and singing and doing music and things like this. But again, when opportunity knocks, open the door. It's not too complicated. Great.
Yeah.
Well, Tess, do you want to say anything about Dallas and meeting David Schmidt and your trip to America, your experience there with Emma?
Yeah, the first time I met him was on the cruise, obviously, with Emma, and then again in Dallas. So that was nice. I've been listening to him for 2 years, so I feel like I know him. I just love his vibe. I love his energy. I love his
Great.
belief system, and I love just his heart.
Yes,
And it
me
comes
too.
back to just sharing that heart of wanting to hold peace in the world, to save people, to help people, to empower and
Yes,
equip people to be the
yes,
best that they can be,
right.
whether that be in health or wealth. And with this vehicle, uh, honestly, there is nothing like this. It's number one fastest growing direct selling company in America today, and also to get a return on investment of well, like thousands of percent, not 1% or 5% that you might get on your mortgages, but big percentages,
Mm,
is just unheard of. So very doable, but at the end of the day, it's up to somebody's why. What do they want? Do they want to change what they're doing? Because if we continue to do what we've always done, we'll continue to get what we've always got.
sure.
So we need to make some changes if we want to do it. And, it could be an extra hour a day, which can transform your life. It's all I did. I was doing
Mm.
77 weddings. I didn't have many holes in the gaps of my day, but you know what? I started it, and 6 months in, I was earning enough money to say, like, I need to resign from my job because if I give this more time, it's going to explode, and it did.
Yes, yes. Well, tell me, on your journey, that's very helpful, hon. Tell me, what, how have you learned to express what Lifewave is, both the healing and the financial part of it? What has evolved for you in that process? Because you've had thousands of conversations or hundreds of conversations, somewhere in there, a lot of talk about Lifewave. How has that changed for you over the year, the 2 years here?
Me?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
How has it all? Well, like,
Yeah, how is sorry, Tess. How is it? What is evolved? See, I'm over here pitching. Yes, sometimes maybe no, pitching. Talking, sharing. Look here, da 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 da. They're like, okay. So it's okay, fine, thank you. How is that process? And Emma's laughing too because we all know this is the way it is. I'd love to hear
Yeah.
your stories, each of you, about how that's evolved for you in terms of sharing this information with people.
well, one thing, look, initially, I must say, I just started patching people because I was so impressed and it was fixing me, and then it fixed them. So they all got the
That's
product. And then I just said, just find four by Friday and find your four people. When you got four, your product's for free. or become a manager by Monday, whatever does it for you. Find 4 people. And that just means you share something with 4 people and the company remunerates you. So instead of you having to have your shop front and pay your wages and your staff and your bookkeeping and all the bits and pieces and your stock and deliveries, don't have to do any of that. None of the manufacturing, everything's covered. But you get paid a percentage for sharing a product for 4 people. Later on in the business, though, it came to a point where my income was so excessive. Well, I shouldn't say it's so excessive. It can never be too excessive because you can bless more people. But it was, I tell you what, for a single mum living a check from the sticks, like this was really big, for me. I have time freedom to do what I want when I want.
Right.
And when you can do that, it really changes your life.
Yes.
So I now approach people with, I don't care who you are. Like, I don't care if you're a doctor, or I don't say I don't care, but whether you're a doctor or you're a baker or a candlestick maker,
yes.
What do you want to change? How much do you want to earn? I can show you how to get there.
Yes, brilliant. Thank you. Emma, would you take a swing at that?
Just touching on what you were saying about what it's like talking to people and how it's been when I'm sharing the info with people, and it's definitely a wave. You got that one right. It's been interesting. I've been talking to a mix of age groups because as we've all said, like anyone can do this, and I saw that at convention. Just to divert for a second, I saw that at convention. I saw all the different people, the lawyers, the PTs, the doctors, the wedding events managers, the disability support workers, like everyone. There were people from different industries everywhere, and it was just unreal. But just touching on what it's like to share with those people, and I've spoken to all age groups, but touching on my age group in particular, it's been a wave because they're just skeptical about everything.
Sure.
People in my age group are quite skeptical about everything, and they're not willing to even bat an eyelid until they know that something is 100%, and they won't even even if you've got such an incredible moving testimony, it's like, I don't believe you. Like it's been quite difficult in that way until they get the result, and then they're like, oh my gosh, what was I even on about? I'm so sorry. But it's been quite interesting because people of my age group, where like the millennials who as we all say, when you're 30, half your stem cells are active, and when you're 60, they're almost completely gone. So anyone over 60 usually has a result like that. Whereas people in my age group don't see those kind of results straight away. I've seen my performance in the gym progress, and I saw my knee heal with my knee injury, but it wasn't a quick healing. But I believed in the product because one, I just believed in what Mum said, but also I saw it with family. I saw my own testimonies right in front of me.
Sure.
But yeah, it's been quite interesting talking to all the different people and just sharing it with different age groups, and what works for what people might not work for other people. So I've got a different way of sharing it with people over 60 versus people under 60. And it's interesting, but it's fun. It's a learning curve.
Well, that's beautifully said. That's perfect. It's interesting, but it's fun. Absolutely.
Yeah,
you kind of need fun. Yes. Oh God, yes. I mean, you kind of need a thick skin at times. You know, not to let it just bounce off you, not take it personally. But you know, it's again, you know, it's interesting to me, Emma, that you're pitching it to people in your age group because, of course, you know, it's obvious to someone. I'm 67. It's obvious to someone over 60, this is a life changer and a life extender and maybe even a lifesaver. But so, you know, that you're seeing the health benefit of it at your age is really significant, I'd say.
Yeah. You know? And I have quite a few friends as well around my age, a little bit older maybe, but some around my age as well, who have trialed the product because they trust me as a person. So they're like, okay, I'll give it a go, and then they're seeing the result. But it's amazing to see people of the younger generation see results in all areas of life, just energy in particular. I've quite a few mining friends who do night shift, and they've definitely noticed the difference in their energy working on night shift just from patching. So that's pretty incredible.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, I want people to, thank you so much, Emma. I want people to know, Tessa, that the support of this company, yourself and Emma and everyone involved is just absolutely 100%, that you're offering Zoom calls 3 times a week, and there are others that offer more, other days as well with Steve and Gina's team and our team. This is it, and there are the websites. We're not wrapping up yet, but I want to make sure I get this info included. ThisIsItInfo.com, which is the scientific information, the medical information, the testimonials, and then ThisIsItTeam.com, which is the business plan and the compensation plan and how to go manager and all those good things. Is there anything else you'd like to say about how you support the people that are coming up through the ranks like ourselves here?
Pretty much one of the things that I say is, one, you've got a patch, obviously. You just do your names. Find, first of all, what's your why? Every new person that comes in, I just say, well, why are you doing this? Do you just want to get well? If that's all you want to do, you're never going to tell anyone. Or do you want to buy a new car, a new house, pay off a mortgage? I don't know what their why is. I don't know. So I have to ask them.
Yes.
And if they have a big why, then I have to say, well, how about we help you to achieve that why? And let's put a time frame on that of 6 months or 12 months or whatever. And therefore you start getting a list of names, and you work with their people and you find their fault, so that they at least then get their product for free. So if their product's for free, then they think, oh, this isn't costing me anything and I feel amazing, I better tell another 4. And honestly, it's very simple. So it's not hard. It's ABC 1, 2, 3. It's just duplication and commitment. And the more time you put into it, obviously, the more you'll be remunerated. At the end of the day, it comes back to someone's why.
Okay, thank you. Well, I just want to say also here, Tessa absolutely walks the talk like very few people I've met in this life. And I'm sure Emma's right there as well, because the two of these ladies, Tessa's doing, reaching out to us, and we're going to do a training call for Ireland on Wednesday night, 8:30, I think, our local time, if I have that right. And that's supported by both Tessa and Tim Carroll, who got me going and signed me up. And then Emma's put a lot of time and energy into streamlining, communicating the information, which is the great challenge, as I said a few weeks ago. And I've watched the training video of that, Emma. Thank you for doing this. And, started to play with boards and all that. So it's getting easier and smoother. But anything you want to say about any of that, Emma?
Yeah, I'll just touch on that one quickly. So yeah, when you jump into this business, you're never alone. Like, you've got such an incredible support network, great uplines. If on the off chance your upline is not supportive or drops off or whatever, there are so many people willing to help and help you succeed. So you're never alone in the business, but there's so many resources that you can utilize to help you build your business, like ThisIsItTeam.com, which Lou just shared. But then also we have a system within our team, which has all of the resources you need. It's got template text messages. It's got what's my elevator pitch going to be? It's written there. So you know what to say to people when you are approaching them. It's got training videos. It's got leadership training. It's got all the tips and tricks and nicks and knacks of the business and motivation and everything in there to help you on your journey. So you're never alone. And even when you are physically alone, you don't have anyone to talk to. You have this resource system to look through.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, you can sit there with your cup of coffee at the shop, and on your phone, you can be sharing videos and messages, with everyone on your contact list. and keeping track of who you've talked to and getting back to them, and et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, it's just really brilliant. So I'm just, again, so grateful to you for putting that together for all of us. And I'm really grateful, Tessa, to you, my friend, for both of your time here today, because I can only imagine how many, how busy you are, simply put. And I'm so grateful for that. And again, Tessa and Tim are going to be have committed to 4 Wednesdays, one or the other, starting tomorrow night. So this will be my way to get that out to everyone in Ireland. You were asking what's it like in Ireland? It's tough is the simple answer. But I know that there's what I call the Lifewave factor now, my friends. Which is there's this magical, beautiful, spiritual, healing, abundant energy around all of this that just shows up in the most amazing ways. And you both have shown up here in my movie this morning in such a wonderful way. I'm so excited about all this. So I see things progressing very nicely. Tim had me connect with a lovely lady named Siobhan, and she had patched for a little while here in Ireland. She had patched, and then she was not in pain any longer, so she wasn't patching anymore. And you suggested this, Tessa, and I reached out to her, and I said, well, I'd wear the patch if I were you, and I'd be giving your patches to the people in your life that need healing. And she's like, oh, okay, I'll try that. And she also mentioned that she's 5 minutes in Galway from the Lifewave headquarters, in the name of God. And yet no one in Ireland, knows about the patches. So Ireland is next, my friends. We are going to conquer this wonderful country that could use some healing and some wealth as much as any country on the planet. And I'm just so excited to take the next steps in my journey here with both of you having my back and cheering me and my team on here. So thank you for all of that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Lou. I'd just like to say, as you know, I did speak to you the very first time when I was over there in June in Ireland, but I didn't meet you in person. I was over in Shannon and Galway, and that's where I met Siobhan. And there weren't that many people I could see in the entire island that could not do with an extra 200, 500,000 euros a week.
Sure.
I don't think I met many people that would say no.
No, absolutely.
And yet, you know what? This would totally change. There's a lot of people there that are hurting. Things are tough.
Yes.
And it's not out of their reach if they only want. They just got to believe it does work. And we're here to help. And yes, the trainings, we support you the whole way.
Brilliant. You certainly do. And thank you so much. And Siobhan will be there tomorrow night. I know that, and we'll have a good turnout for you tomorrow. And it's just, I'm sit back in amazement. I'm just delighted and kind of in awe that I get to do this with you and Lifewave and Tim, and it's really a dream come true. So I'm just so grateful to you both. Any final words here as we wrap up for today?
Just remember the world is not. Just remember the world is so small. Here we are, Ireland, Australia. It doesn't matter where you are. This is how simple it is. You don't have to leave your room. You could the bottom half of you could be in your pajamas for all I know. You're on a Zoom and you're sharing something that really works and helps others, whether it be morning or night or whatever country you're in. We just want to help others succeed.
Brilliant. Fantastic. Emma, any final thoughts?
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lou. Thank you so much for having us on here. We're so grateful. But yeah, just one last thing to leave you guys with is just this is so simple. It is so easy to do this. Obviously, you put the work in and the effort in, but it's so simple and so easy to want to put the effort in when you get to know the team and when you get to know the comp plan and when you get to know the business and the backstory behind the business and everything. It's an unreal company to work for one. But the team you're in is absolutely incredible. And the work you're doing is just helping people get better and helping people make money. So it's pretty amazing. When you say your job is blessing others, it's pretty incredible. I will leave you with that. And yeah, I wish you all the best. anyone
Thank
wanting
you.
to jump onto this this business opportunity, Lou's a great person to be leading you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you, Emma. Thank you. Well, Emma and Tessa, all my love, peace and blessings. Let's do this thing. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's
Thank
do
you.
this.
Absolutely.
God
Okay.
bless.
You too.
Thank
See you
you.
soon. Thanks again.
I'll see you on Wednesday night, your time.
Brilliant.
Thanks so
Thanks
much,
so
Lou.
much. Okay, ladies. God bless. Peace
Okay,
and
God
God bless.
bless.
Goodbye.
Bye for now.